Hello everyone. So today we're going to cover how to SSH into your AWS instance using the Putty program on Windows 10. So first you're going to go to putty.org, and then there you'll just click on download Putty. I've already downloaded it. So once it's downloaded, you're going to see a program available in your list of files over here called PuttyGen. You're going to click on that. And then here is where you're going to take the PIM file that you got from Amazon when you created your AWS instance, and you're going to create it into a PIN key that Putty can actually read. And so I'm going to navigate over here to this folder that I saved it in. There it is, AWS-2-Linux, and click on Open. And it's going to say it was successfully formatted. It's going to tell you exactly what you need to do in order to use Putty, which is just click OK and click Save Private Key. It's going to ask if you want to do a passphrase or not. And I'll honestly, using a key pair like this is pretty secure with AWS, and it's going to be secure enough for everything that I'm going to be doing today. But if you feel more comfortable using a passphrase with it, you go ahead and do that. But we're not going to do that for this example. We're just going to click yes, and I'm going to simply name it converted underscore AWS underscore, and I'll add Linux on there just to keep it the same. Hit OK. And once you've saved that, you can close that out. And then this time we're going to open up the actual Putty app. And you're going to need 3 pieces of information to use Putty. First is the host name or IP address, which you'll come over to AWS, and you go to your instances and click on your instance. And if you look down here, it will tell you your public IPv4 DNS address. That is what you need. So just click copy, come over to Putty, and paste it. Now you're going to need to know the username, which is under connection and data. For that, you'll come back over here to your instance, click on your instance, and click connect. And it's going to tell you right here that it's going to be Ubuntu is the standard username for an AWS instance. So we're going to copy that, come back over here to Putty, we're going to paste it. Now you're going to go to SSH, expand that box, and go to authentication or auth. And this is where you're going to browse to that converted file that we just created. Click OK. And for convenience sake, I suggest going back up to the top to session and saving this session. I'm going to name it AWS_2 underscore Linux. Just keep it the same. Click save so that next time you can come back to it. And we're going to click open. And if everything goes correctly, you should see a window similar to this. I'll expand the screen so you can see a little bit better. Now that you're SSH'd in, some common commands that any user would need to know on a Linux machine that I usually run pretty often is I like to run uptime, because that tells me how long the server has been up. That tells me how many users are on, and the average load space. Of course, this is a new AWS instance, so there's not much on there, and there's just me that can access it, so there's not much there. You can do free, tell you how much memory is available. Make it a little bit more readable, you can do free-h. Typically, any command with a -h beside it means it's more human readable, as I like to say. For instance, htop gives you a list of the running instances, even the background that's going on, and it tells you in a little bit more readable format how much memory and load average is taken up, and it gives you, it's a lot more user-friendly for somebody that may not be familiar with Linux, in my opinion. And we are going to exit. And let's see. You may want to type, who am I? See who logged in for. PWD is a good thing to know regardless of where you're at on the server, so you can keep up with where you're at in the path here. But those are the basics that we're going to cover today. Be sure to stay tuned for my next video where I'm going to talk about how to SSH into an AWS service from a bash, from a Linux command line. It's a little bit simpler process. And let me know down in the comments any videos you would like to see in the future. Thank you guys.